So we're going to look at using prime factors during prime factorisation or index form. So obviously we need to know all the prime numbers to start with. Now the common mistake is that 1 is a prime number. It's not, because we need to have two factors, not just the one. So we have 2, 3, 5, 7, 11, 13, etc. So these are all numbers that only have two factors, 1 and itself. So we need to know the first 20 numbers, really, if we can, of all the prime numbers that we can use as we go through. Now, breaking a given number down to its prime factors, we're going to think about what multiples or what factors are going to use to make 24. So using this 24 here, we're going to think what two numbers multiplied to make 24. Now there's many options that we could put here, so I'm going to go for 3 times 8. Now we're going to think, are either of these numbers a prime number, which in the case of 3 it is, so I'm going to circle that, but the number 8 is not, so I'm going to continue. So to get 8 we're going to do 2 times 4, and 2 is a prime number, and then 4 we can break down again to get 2 times 2, which are both primes. So we're going to circle the prime numbers like I've done in red there, and they're the values that make up the prime index form or the prime factor form. So you're going to have 2 times 2 times 2 times 3, which we can simplify down to 2 to the little 3 with the index times by 3. So that is what we call prime factor form or index form, because we've broken it down to prime numbers as we go through. Using that then, we can then find what we know as the highest common factor. So we're going to practice a couple. So let's break down 108 into prime factors. So I can do 2 times 54, circle the 2. I can do 2 times 27, 3 times 9, and then 3 times 3. And then breaking down the 64, we can do 8 times 8, 2 times 4, and then 2 and 2. And then we circle all the prime numbers. Okay. Now, we can then continue on using that and using the highest common factor. So most of you would have been taught how to do this with Venn diagrams. So on the left here we have a circle with 108. So I want to put in the middle the values that are in both 108 and the 64. So I'm effectively having a game of snap. So we're going to put in none of the 3's, because there's no 3's in the 64, so they're going to come on the left. But I can put the 2 2's in the actual circle here, because there are 2 2's over here that I can use. So because I've already used them, I'm then going to put in the other 2's onto the far side. Okay, so the numbers in each circle here will times together to make 108, and the circle here will give me 64. So using that then, we can then find the highest common factor and the lowest common multiple. So you're going to take the values in the centre. Let's do this in pink. So I'm going to take the numbers in the centre, which is just 2 times 2. So my answer is 4. And then the lowest common multiple is all the numbers put together. So all of this circle on the left equals 108. So 3 times 3 times 3 times 2 times 2 times 2. And then we're going to add on to that the extra 2's in the purple there on the right. Now I know that the red numbers there has to equal 108. We're then going to multiply by these extra 2's. So 2 times 2 times 2 times 2 is 16. So then we're going to work out that value to get the highest common multiple, which is 1728. So if you can try to practice the prime factor form and then doing the Venn diagrams, that would be helpful for your assessment. If you want to do further work, then it's Hegarty videos 32 and 35 is the highest common factor on the LCM. If you want to just practice the tree breakdown, that's going to be 29 and 30 for the prime factors. Thank you for listening. Hopefully you found that helpful. Oh.